What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to Fleetwood Trades Crypto. What's going on, Pika Army? Today, I'm going over some news events from Pikamoon. We're going to take a look at the charts. We're going to take a look at a chart for Bitcoin and for Pikamoon because, as we all know, Bitcoin moves the overall market. So we're going to take a look at what we have expectations for the upcoming weeks to months. And then we'll take a look and see how that might affect Pikamoon. But first things first, we're going to go into some of the news on X from Pikamoon. And here from July 31st, which was yesterday, looks like the Pika games, the arcade style games, are very close to coming into the Pika Hub. There's going to be 5 games ready to go. So I can't wait to play this because these will start to help with the play to earn aspects of the game until the main game is ready. We've got the documentary coming out, so it's going to be set to show you everything. Full transparency on the team, on all the developers. Everyone is doxxed. The entire team is doxxed. The developers, everyone's linked in. Their HR team, everybody in Pikamoon is a person, and you can find their profiles. You can find out who they are if you choose to do so. Everyone is doxxed, and we have a new clip. We have a new auto battle arena. So let's take a look at this. Alright, so I really like to see how this gets implemented into the game. I can't wait to see exactly how this arena works. It's auto battler arena, so I'm going to find out. I'll get with the team to see what the auto battler is and how it's going to be used in the game. But as of right now, it's just still more work, more development, more work, more in-game items and in-game progress that they're able to show. And that's what's huge about this team. This is a massive team when it comes to a crypto project. Most Web3 gaming companies, Web3 design companies, they've only got a handful of developers. Sometimes it's just a team and 1 or 2 developers. So keep that in mind. This game is progressing at a pace that I have never seen in Web3, and that's why one of the reasons why I'm so bullish on this project. All right, so let's take a look at Bitcoin on the weekly. There's a couple of things that I want to kind of discuss on Bitcoin. First is that it seems like this time of year is just built for consolidation ranges. So we have from March 23 until October 23 when it broke out, and then we started a new consolidation here in March of 24, and we're consolidating a little bit more of a downward consolidation pattern, more of an expanding, falling a wedge or something along those lines. But early this week, we tagged the top of this line. We tagged resistance, and we've fallen off of resistance. Hopefully, it doesn't bring us all the way back to the bottom of the wedge. I think that would be extremely painful for alts. We'd be looking at most alts would probably hit a double bottom if this gets down to 52K again. We would see alts really get hammered because they're already struggling. A lot of altcoins are already lower than what people anticipated for pullbacks. With that being said, on the weekly time frame, it looks like we've already tagged a low, so we go to the daily now. Also here, the weekly fair value gap did hit the 50% range to fill the gap, and we did get a bounce off of that 50% range of the gap. So that is a strong sign for the potential of a bullish move. And then we look on the daily time frame, and this would be a weekly sweep of liquidity. So we've got a low that was taken right here and tagged, and then we bounced off of that again. So just like on July 25th, we wicked down and we tagged off of it. Looks like we're doing the same thing again, so that would be a bullish sign to see this start to pop back up after a double bottom. Sometimes it's just a double dip where more big money wants to get they didn't get their orders filled at that low price, and they'll find a way to get the price back down there to get their orders filled. It's just how big money works. They're going to get the prices that they want for what they want. It's really just that simple. It is what it is. All right, take a look at Pikamoon. We're going to go back to the weekly time frame on Pikamoon. And one thing I do want to identify as a potentially bullish scenario is that the Pikamoon weekly, this large green bullish weekly candle that we had the 46% gain, this week has come down so that there was no gap. So we would have had a fair value gap from here to here if there was no down wick. This would have been a gap, but now we've got a wick all the way down through. We've closed this gap. So this means that we don't have to come back to this price range later on. You know, almost everywhere where we've developed weekly or daily fair value gaps, typically the price needs to rebalance that area. It means that there was only buying orders at that price range or only selling orders at that price range, and that price needs to be rebalanced. This Pikamoon did an immediate rebalancing, and now the price is starting to come up a little bit. It's not quite where we want it. It's definitely not where we would have liked to have seen it. We'd like to have seen it close the weekly candle somewhere up around here. Would have been more ideal, but hey, it's still a 46% candle. Still a very strong bullish candle. Still a fully engulfing candle from the past four weekly candles got fully engulfed. So it is a good sign. It is a good sign that we are buying and seeing building pressure to keep the price up above the 0004 range. Looks like we got down to 4 even, or what was the low? Yep, got down to 4 even, and we bounced off of that back up to 477. So going into the daily time frame, what that does show is that on the daily time frame, there was a fair value gap here that was built on Saturday, and we have closed that gap throughout the week. Take from this wick to that wick, and the price action in between these two wicks is called a fair value gap, and we filled that gap. And it also looks like we've got a clean fill because we did wick below the 50% of that range. So once you've closed at least 50% of that range is closed. It is good. It is done. Doesn't mean it can't be retested. It just means that if you're looking at it from a technical standpoint, it has fit the criteria to be closed. So that is also a very, very potentially bullish scenario. And yeah, for the charts, I don't really go deeper than weekly to daily on these charts because I'm not looking to range trade. I'm not looking to trade on the hourly time frame or the 15-minute time frame. I'm looking for long-term weekly. I'm looking to hold this for 8 months, maybe a year. Try to hit that bull cycle top, sell a little bit, make some profits, and then this is going to be a long-term hold because this is a long-term position for a game that could last for quite a while, and it could buck the trends of the depth of a bull and bear market. If this has a playable game, a good game, and there's a good player base for it, it will not have a 95% retrace like most altcoins have during a bear run. There will be enough utility and enough use case to keep it that way. Those bear market rundowns like that typically happen because there's no liquidity in the market. There's no use for these tokens outside of just bull market speculation. So that's why the bear markets are so bad. But with that being said, guys, that's the video for today. I hope you enjoyed. As always, until next time, peace.